Good morning. Hello children. Now today I will continue the same topic, but today I will teach about the advantages and disadvantages of vegetative propagation. Why it is useful and why it is harmful also. Understood? So these are the advantages for the vegetative propagation. That means why it is useful. First is, it is the faster method. Children, you should understand faster methods means if this year I completed some process, then next year that will grow, maybe less, but they will give some flowers and fruits. So this is the faster method because there is no requirement of maturity, or they never take the time to mature themselves because they are the cutting or grafted from the other mature plants. So it takes faster method. This is a faster method, or it takes early. Second point, there is no difference between the parent and offspring, as the stem or grafting or other things we did, then same character will be continue in the next generation. Third advantage, useful for seedless plants, because if the plants have no seeds, then how the seeds will grow into the new plant, how they can grow their new plant, how they can keep their race alive. So that's why this is very useful method those who do not have seed in their fruits, just like banana, grapes, etc. They are using vegetative propagation. Fourth point, it can bear flowers and fruits earlier than the plants, those who are grown by the seeds. If the gardener or anyone will grow some seeds, put some seeds into the soil and seed that will grow into the new plant, this plant will take first some time for its maturity. After that it will give flowers and then there will be fruit. But advantage is the first, that is it can grow in very short time, or it can give us flowers and fruit in the short time. Now I will come to the disadvantages. That means what are the harmness or why it is harmful. First is, same characters will be followed by the next generation or new generation, but if the any type of disease, any sort of disease is present in the parent plant, then same disease will be continued in the next generation. So this is harmful. Second is, no dispersal of plants. If there will be no dispersal of plant, then there is the chance of overcrowding and smaller plants will not get their nutrient from the soil. Instead of that, bigger will draw it. So this is another disadvantage of the vegetative propagation. So now children, chapter is over. Now I want to give you some questions. You have to put in your, if you have to draw, first you have to draw or you have to write in your copy, and this is very easily you can write by their own. First, today I am giving only the differences. First difference between the asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Second difference, there will be the differences between natural and artificial propagation. Third difference you have to write in about the flower, that is flower have endoecium and gynoecium. So you have to write about the endoecium and gynoecium. Then next, how the flowers can pollinate themselves, either self-pollination or cross-pollination. So you have to write the difference between self and cross-pollination. Lastly, you have to manage about the staminate flower and pistillate flower. You can continue with the staminate flower and pistillate flower, and pedicellate and sessile. One more, there will be pedicellate and sessile flower. As children, I taught earlier that pedicellate means those who have pedicel and sessile means those who have no pedicel. So these differences you have to write in your copy and learn it thoroughly. And if you can bring one China rose to your house, then you can tear all the parts of it and draw in your copy and write about the each and every part of the flower. Thank you children. God bless you.